Hey friends, how's it going? Ash here, welcome back to Gents. Today I got an update for you guys on my fragrances that I've been working on. 2 new ones that are gonna be coming out pretty soon. Targeting November right now, so probably right around like end of October, beginning November, that's when we're looking at launching. So I wanna go over with you guys the perfumers for those fragrances, the notes, kind of the vibe behind them, just fill you in on what I've been working on since the beginning of this year. And also I wanted to go over with you a sale that Michael Malul is having right now. And I have their website linked down below. Now, typically you can use a code GENTSCENTS, GENTSCENTS, so not Gents Sense, but GENTSCENTS. That'll get you 20% off Michael Malul's website. But for this sale, you don't need a code or anything like that. So I guess the first thing that we'll do here is just get into that sale that's going on right now. And then we'll get into the new fragrances, the names, perfumers, notes, all that stuff. Because the fragrances are done. They're locked down. At this point, it's just getting the bottles in, getting the labels in, the boxes in, macerating the fragrances, all that stuff. So the sale, it's going to run for 1 month. And again, it's linked down below. What it is you can pick 3 of Michael Malul's fragrances, any 3. I think it's like 27 different fragrances that are part of this. So you can pick 3 of them and you get a travel size of each one for $45. Now the usual packaging is like a 10 ml bottle that comes in a little, like a small little box. But if you get mine, they will come in these little pouches. We sold these out last time. We had some of these that we did a special on like last year, a little bit after these launched, I feel like. That's where mine are from. But they come in a 15 ml size. So you get 5 extra milliliters there. Nice. So this one is Terra Nova. This one is Blue Ridge. And then of course, the first one that I did, Jet Black Enigma. So these right here, if you wanted to pick mine, which that's what I would do, but I'm biased, then you would get 15 mils of each one. So 3 travel sizes for $45. But you can pick whichever ones you want from Michael Malul's website. So if you want like Blue Ridge and then you don't want the other 2, you can pick other fragrances there. Like I said, there's a bunch of other options. But that's gonna run for a month, so it's a good opportunity to try out fragrances maybe that you've thought about checking out but you haven't, or just getting, a decent sized bottle like this, 15 mils, that you can take with you when you're going somewhere, or try out the fragrance again, and if you like it after you use it all, you can buy a bottle, whatever. And in case for some reason you don't know these 3, Terra Nova was nominated by the Fragrance Foundation for the Fragrance Release of the Year for Men in their Prestige category for 2023. Even though it's technically 2022 release, that's how it goes. 2023 awards are for the previous year. I did lose to Terre d'Hermès Eau Givre, but that's an awesome fragrance. So I think that one's completely deserving. That's a killer scent. But it did beat out close to 100 other fragrances from like the biggest brands out there that submitted to be nominated but did not make it to the finals. Terra Nova did. So that one is a classy fragrance, but it still has a lot of versatility. Easily worn, really nice appealing opening, good amount of citrus in there off the top. Just a really fantastic all-around fragrance in my opinion. And then Blue Ridge, that is a blue fragrance. It's made for compliments, it's made to get attention. It's sweet, it's fresh. Another one very easy to wear, more of a daytime scent. Jet Black Enigma, that's gonna be more of an evening fragrance, more of a fall and wintertime fragrance. It's spicy, it's warm, it's very sexy, appealing. All 3 of those, frankly, are made to be worn. The fragrances that I'm doing in collaboration with Michael Malul, the ones that I'm able to creatively direct, I'm wanting them to be worn. So I'm really going for just ease of use here with these. I don't really have interest with these fragrances to make ones that are difficult to wear, that are more artistic showpieces, because I want these to be fragrances that are purchased, yes, but actually used and used often. So that's the sale. That's what's going on. 1 month, 3 fragrances, your choice. Again, linked in the description, $45. 15 mils on these, 10 mils on most of the other ones. All right, new fragrances. How are they be? So I was working with Firmenich and Mon on these ones. May in the future work with Givaudan as well, but right now working with Firmenich, working with Mon. Fantastic working with them. You guys know, I'm sure, the perfumers that are underneath each one of these companies is just insane. And when I tell you how exciting and also depressing it is working on fragrances. Like it's hard to get across because you get in so many different submissions from these perfumers, and you have to whittle it down, and it frankly sucks because you will get in submissions where you're like, ooh, I would love this one to come out, and this one, and this one, and this one. And you have to, you know, cut it down to the ones that are actually gonna be released. And that is just, like I said, very exciting and also soul crushing. There are some fragrances that I wish you guys could smell, but some of them are maybe a little harder to pull off or something else to where they just barely, you know, miss the cut, so. But these two are done, and they're coming out, like I said, probably beginning November. So this submission, this bottle is from March 10th. This one is from February 16th. Which one to go over first? I guess we'll do this one first. So this one is from Mon. The perfumer of this one is Richard Urban. Richard Urban. So Richard's a friend of mine. He's been on the channel before. We've spoken on the phone a bunch of times, text back and forth sometimes. He has his own brand, Precious Liquid, which is really good. Check that out. He was not the only perfumer from Mon to submit fragrances. Actually, Mon sent all the submissions on. Didn't tell me which perfumer did what at the time because they wanted me not to judge based off of the name attached. And went back and forth with the number of submissions from Mon, got different modifications done, and then the one that I ultimately went with, this one was done by Richard. So it worked out. Dang it. Sprayed my hand. And this one, the lab name was Anticipation, because they give lab names for each fragrance when they send them on, and then ultimately you decide what the final name is, but they have to have like their own naming convention for each one. So let's go with the note breakdown here. I'm gonna give it to you guys, and it is a big note breakdown. So when this actually gets released, like the official release, I'm sure we're gonna pare that note breakdown down. I know I complain about that all the time, note breakdown's getting shortened up, but it's a big one. So here we go. A top of apple, bergamot, black pepper, cardamom, cinnamon, grapefruit, and peppermint. A mid of figolide, lavender, sage, timur pepper, petitgrain, and saffron, and a base of tobacco, sandalwood, heliotrope, cedar, patchouli, vanilla, and tonka. Like I said, it's a big note breakdown. Extremely fresh and refreshing. It's got a green touch to it, but it's not a heavy green at all. It's sparkling. It has an effervescence to it, really jumps off your skin. It's got just the right amount of sweetness, not too much, even though it does have vanilla and tonka and stuff like that in there. It still has this really playful nature to it. It is a killer spring fragrance. People love the way this smells. Also, of course, easily worn during the summer or the fall. And this one and the next one, they both just, they grow on you. They're the type of fragrances that you spray them on and then you want to wear it again and wear it again and wear it again. Yeah, I love it. So Richard crushed this one, absolutely killed it. And the official name for this one is Edgewater. So when this one comes out, that is Edgewater. And I love the presentation on these also. It's the same bottle style as before. So like here's Blue Ridge, it's the same bottle style, different colors of course, different design and everything, but it's gonna be in that style of presentation. And then the one from Firmenich, this one was called Amber Myrrh. The perfumer of this one is Gabriella Curleriou, and she has done some amazing fragrances, but typically she makes feminine scents, fragrances marketed more toward women. So she's done a lot of fragrances for KLE, some of their biggest ones. And like I said, most, not all, but most of her fragrances made more for women. So I was really intrigued to see what she came up with. And this one is the first one that I basically was just like, yes, right away, yes. Now it's different, but at the same time, it has this sort of just complement monster DNA. So it doesn't smell like any of these fragrances, but it's the type of scent where I would say if you like stuff like Ultramall, or maybe even like the Invictus scents, but not really the bubblegum side as much, but those just warm, sweet, just attention-grabbing monsters, that's this one. It has a really good push to it, a lot of projection, a lot of performance. I think that it's just killer. Like when I smelled it, the first thing that I thought was, this is a new kind of compliment puller DNA. Almost like if this were released by Paco Rabanne as a new line, nobody would bat an eye. They would just be like, oh yeah, that's gonna be pretty big. That's how it felt to me anyway, the first time I smelled it. Now keeping that in mind, it does have you know, that same kind of vibe. So if you're a person who, when they smell Paco Rabanne, they think, oh no, you know, it's a little too loud, it's a little too this or that, then it may not work as well for you. But for me, this one was just an immediate standout. It was one of those fragrances where I was like, oh, that's something. That's something new. Now, the note breakdown for this one is a top of almond blossom, toasted cinnamon, and vanilla orchid, a mid of myrrh absolute, French lavender, and tobacco leaf, and a base of patchouli, warm amberwood, and tonka. So this one is gonna be more, in my opinion, spring, fall, winter. Daytime or evening. During summertime, you know, it's got a pretty good push to it, especially off the top. And I would probably go with something different just because it can be a little in your face. But it's another one that just draws people in. Like I said, a compliment monster. And it's one of those fragrances that you spray it on your skin and just throughout the day you catch wafts of it. And every time you're like, oh my God, what is that? Oh, it's me. It's just one of those deals. There are a number of designer fragrances like that where you just catch those little hits, and this one does it so well. That's actually one of the things that made me fall in love with it right away, is I sprayed it on, and at first I didn't know what to think actually. The very first time I smelled it, you know, straight out of the package from Firmenich, I was like, oh, I don't know about this. Because it did have, like I said, a different kind of style to it. So, you know, when you smell something that's a little Invictus-y, even if it's not super close, then you're like, okay, yeah, kind of Invictus-y, like you know right away, okay, you know what to expect, right? Same thing with like fragrances that are a little stronger with you. You smell it, you go, oh, okay, yeah, a little stronger with you. I get the vibes, cool. You're kind of right there. But with this one, the first time I smelled it, I was like, what is that exactly? I don't even know. It's kind of a different thing, right? And then those wafts, it's like this great, super sexy, quite sweet, but like spicy pop, and it is just great. So both of these I love, just awesome fragrances in my opinion again, but of course I'm biased. And this one is called West Loop. So that one will be coming out same time as this one. They're launching together. So there they are. They are done in the bag. So we'll see what's up next, but these two are finished. I'm not working on anything new just yet. So there we go, there's your update. These two coming out very soon. And then these three, along with a boatload of other Michael Maluls, you can scoop up on their website. So it's like a drop down and you just pick whichever three you want. Boom, 45 bucks to your door, all good. I want to thank all of you guys for supporting me over the years, for hanging with me, especially till the end here. I hope you enjoy these two new ones as much as I enjoyed making them with the perfumers. They're really the ones that made them. I was just like, hey, I got an idea, and they were like, okay, well, let me take that and turn it into something. They're really what's behind this, you know? I just give viewpoints and say what I would like. They put in all the real work. So Richard and Gabriella friggin' crushed it. Thank you guys. You have more talent in your pinky than I have in my entire body. Thank you guys for hanging with me. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys later.